What's good, everyone? Welcome back to British 876 Sports, where we discuss and we dissect the realest and the most authentic football and the sports opinion. The Champions League match day has just come to an end. Rashford back in England at St James's Park with a brace, scoring a banger and scoring a header in the second half for Barcelona to get all 3 points. His England coach Thomas Tuchel in the stands. Impressive night for Marcus Rashford, impressive night for Barcelona, but was Newcastle a bit underwhelming? Should they be a bit disappointing? I certainly think Newcastle should be a bit disappointing. Came out aggressive all game, started on the front foot, pressuring Barcelona from the front, not giving their defense a chance on the ball actually. Kobasi struggled to play out in the early moments of the game. Players like Anthony Gordon was pressuring. Players like Elanga was pressuring. Barnes pressuring the midfield. Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Tonali all pressuring for Newcastle. 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, it was all Newcastle pressure. Not only that, Newcastle were able to create some chances. Electrifying Elanga, the ex-Man United player, ex-Forest player, was causing problem all game long while he was on the pitch, especially in the first half, down the right-hand side for Newcastle, creating a few chances, some of which should have been converted by Newcastle. What's his name? Anthony Gordon got a very good chance early in the game. Elanga came down the right hand side, put the ball across on a plate. Anthony Gordon didn't get any contact on the ball. Missed an opportunity there. Another time it was Barnes with a point blank effort, but it was a brilliant save by the Barcelona's goalkeeper. They got the better of the chances in the first half, Newcastle. About 2 to 3 good chances they got. But you have to score your chances. If you don't score your chances in football, the next team get their chances and score, then your chances more or less didn't matter. Very good. Overall, Barcelona dominated the game. Ended 2-1. Would a 2-2 have been a fair scoreline? I think so. I mean, the revisionism will start for Marcus Rashford. The opponents' fan will start saying Manchester United opponents will start saying we sold Rashford and look what Rashford can do. Again, today was not a great game for Rashford, but Rashford does what Rashford does, scores. 2 banging goal, one the header, you can call it a banging header from across into the box, and then the strike, a typical trademark Rashford banger. Got the ball outside of the box on the D, wiggled his way, made some space, and just struck it. Came off the crossbar into the back of the net for Barcelona to put them 2-0 up. Very good play from Barcelona. Pedri, and the contrast in midfield, it was Pedri and De Jong, and also, who was the third midfielder for Barcelona? Lopez. The contrast with that Barcelona team, full of technical ability, full of poise on the ball, short passing game, just keeping the ball all game. In contrast, Tonali, Joe Linton, and Bruno Guimaraes, which set out to pressure the Barcelona's team, which they accomplished all game. I think it was a bit unfortunate, the outcome for Newcastle today. Had they converted the chances that they rightfully got in the opening half of the game, would have been remarkable for them. Man of the match, Rashford, is on the pitch. I mean, I'm happy for Rashford. Revisionism, should he come back to Manchester United? No, he shouldn't. This is what Rashford does. Scored streaky, so he scores 2 today. He might be on form, might score next game. But then there goes a span where Rashford doesn't score. And Rashford starts to sulk, and Rashford, is everybody's enemy, and he's not happy, and everything is wrong with Rashford. We don't want that at United. Is Rashford better than the players we have up top? Arguably, is not better than Mbuemo and not better than Konya at the stage at which they're at. I mean, his potential is very good. His production, what he's producing, certainly one would not say he's better than Konya and Mbuemo, who last season was the top five goal scorers in the Premier League. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody will. Rafinha didn't have his best game today on the right hand side. Lewandowski didn't score, was substituted. But very good game for Barcelona. I think their class showed they just have better players. See, I'm looking at Rashford's banger. You know, makes his way close to the edge of the box and just slaps it off the crossbar. Very good goal. But Newcastle should hold their head high. Should hold their head high. I think they did well. Uh, Nothing to be ashamed of. Byrne and Shire was remarkable in the back line. Didn't give up much chances, to be honest. Barcelona didn't score from a clear opening. It was two half chances, even the header. They Liverpool Newcastle had four defenders behind Rashford. So very good. Trippier and Livermore as the wing backs were good today. I think everybody played their part for Newcastle. I was a bit shocked when he took Elanga off because Elanga was the outlet for them. He was providing a lot of problems for the Barcelona's defenders. He was very electrifying on the right flank. It was almost impossible to stop. However, he took him off, put Murphy there, went on to provide the assist to the goal. Anthony Gordon converted. Very good goal from them. Gordon got similar chances to that prior to the goal, didn't convert. But game is what it is. Newcastle lost 2-1. Barcelona came to town, showed their class. Newcastle won 2-1. And I must again point out the class of Barcelona's midfield. Last year when PSG won the game, it was all talks about Vitinha being one of the best midfielders in the world. I mean, form is form, but when you come on to class and overall footballing ability, yes, Vitinha can run with it a bit more than Pedri can. He likes to run a bit more with it. But Pedri is just class. On the ball, he's just class. He oozes class, Pedri, alongside Diang, who's not far off. Oozes class on the ball. You know, I think Barcelona is one of the favorites for the Champions League without Yamal. You know, last season they lost to Inter Milan in the semis, I think. Yeah, they lost to Inter Milan in the semis. But had they gone to the final to play PSG, I think that would have been a cracking final. Inter Milan, however, played the game of their life against Barca and went to the final, but didn't have any more left in the tank when they faced PSG and PSG ran through them. Now, this year, I'm sure Barcelona will learn from their mistakes and is one of the favorites to go to the last four or the finals or all the way to lifting the trophy. Very good game for Barcelona. City, on the other hand, won their game 2-1, 2-0 against Conte's Napoli at the Etihad with goals from Erling Haaland, who is off to a cracking start this season. Erling Haaland, similar to his first season at Manchester City, just scoring every game. And you know, if he continues to score every game, that's going to be like 50 to 60 goals yet again. I mean, Foden is off to a great start as well, back from injury, and is scoring and assisting. Doku give him a lot of stick, scored a very good goal today. He's on form, another streaky player, you know, but while he's on form, he's almost, you can say sometimes very impossible to stop. Electrifying, has a lot of pace. We must know that, however, Napoli got a red card in the first half. Their captain, De Lorenzo, got a red card, which opened the game up for City. Would have loved to see the game with 11 versus 11 because I think Napoli would have given City a run for their money. They didn't score until the 56th minute and then the 65th minute. So, yeah, sure Conte and Napoli won't be ashamed of that result. 2-0 City at the Etihad. Rodri started, he was very good again. Foden started, very good. Silva started. The similar side to their recent starting lineup, if not the same to their recent starting lineup with Guardiola, Diaz, Kusunov, and O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly would be the only exception to this starting lineup. And obviously, Donnarumma was back in it. But people, the story of the day, Marcus Rashford with two bangers, a header and an actual banger off his right foot at St. James's Park to bring 3 points in the Champions League to Barcelona. Obviously, we know the format of the Champions League has changed, so it's going to be very crucial for them to get 3 points every game they play because it's now in a league format. It's a Champions League, people. Manchester United, not in Europe, but guess what? I'm gonna watch Manchester United through the lens of Rashford, through the lens of Rasmus Højlund, Scott McTominay, and all the other Manchester United players. I'm gonna watch the Champions League through them, the Europa League through them, and watch them thrive. Lo and behold, they leave United, they thrive, and these are players that Ruben Amorim did not want at the club, didn't even give a chance, didn't even consider, right? So it is what it is. The game is the game. Hit a like on that video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know who are your favorites for this year Champions League last four. Who will go all the way? Who will go to the last two people? It's British 876 Sports, and we are out.